Hi and welcome back. I'm really pleased to be joined on the sofa right now by John and Laura from, name's gone, Leonard Cheshire, forgive me, just been talking for 10 minutes, and Andrea. So welcome all, one and all.
Thank you.
So if I could start with you, can you just talk to me a little bit about Leonard Cheshire and the great work that you do?
So Leonard Cheshire, an international pan-disability organisation, working with around 50,000 people a year, supporting people to live, learn and work independently and to create a fair and inclusive society for everybody. So,
amazing.
Super.
And so how have you developed as an organisation? Have you grown? Kind of.
Sure. So we've had quite a lot of change in leadership. So new chair, new CEO about 3 years ago, launched a new strategy, which really caused us to look internally as well as externally. And John will probably talk about the IT systems that we inherited.
We recognised very, very early on that technology was a great enabler for our business, and as we looked around that technology, we realised we needed to change most of the things we were doing.
Okay, so it was really the growth that led you to realise that you kind of needed to look at the structure, maybe change around that?
The key really is we couldn't grow without technology. We had very, very outdated systems. We knew we couldn't get the reach that we needed, and therefore it was important for us to get the technology in to improve that.
Okay, and what kind of reach are we talking here?
So we reach about 50,000 people a year at the moment, and only, so we're quite known for social care, but only about 3,000 people are there. The vast majority of the people we reach are through our programs in the UK, but also internationally we'll reach about 40-odd thousand people a year.
Wow.
So actually having quite antiquated IT systems was actually holding our people back from adding the value that we want, to make our people effective in doing what we want them to do, which is not doing admin in the background.
So that's quite a big change for people, and for people that maybe aren't used to dealing with technology, and certainly not new technology changing. So I understand you helped in the journey. What role did you play and how did you do that?
So at Quantic, we're the partner for Leonard Cheshire, and we're very lucky because we have the full Dynamics 365 stack to work with, and we could obviously look across the whole set of applications, Power Platform, and the additional elements that come from our services. So I've got a team of more than 200 technical people who essentially are keeping up to date and able to challenge and could bring their experience to Leonard Cheshire, but also learn from these guys about what was required in a true partnership for the delivery. So it's an exciting time for us to be involved.
And people are people, right?
Yep.
But I'm assuming that, like all organisations, you had some big adoption challenges. What were they? How did you overcome them? And do you think that's different or the same in any way from kind of commercial organisations?
I wouldn't say it's any different, and I think, although I talked about our reach, and our reach being very much skewed towards international, of our 5,000 staff, around 4,500 of them are actually based in our social care settings in the UK, across 130 locations, and if you think about what the support and care that they're delivering, they're not sat in front of a computer every day, so actually getting their trust and confidence in a new system is different when they've got all of their own ways of working over time, mainly paper-based. So that's been quite, and I think we're still on that journey, aren't we, really?
We are definitely on that journey, and I think that understanding and getting everything in line in terms of how we work was very, very important, but equally the cultural bit has actually been the key element of this. This piece about making sure that people are on the journey with us as opposed to being done to in any shape, way or form, and that's been really critical in what we've done in terms of managing our leadership group, working with our people.
I was going to say, was there like a key activity at all that's helped you, or was it just incremental?
I think it's been incremental, however we did did quite a lot of work, certainly with the leadership community, and making sure they understood why this was happening and being involved with actually building it as well. So actually the product was developed by them as well. So it wasn't just something that came from the head office, and it was it was a real big partnership for us.
So I mean, surely the most important piece of this is the impact that it actually has on both your people, but also the people that they work with. What have you found have been some of the impacts there?
And we're on that journey, I think. I know John and I talked right at the beginning of this programme about actually what does good look like at the end, because it was about freeing up people's time, which is obviously a lot more subjective to look at. It wasn't necessarily about cutting costs. So we actually talked about in our services, actually a service manager having more time with their people and more time with the people that we're there to support would be the biggest value that we'd see out of it. And I think also alongside that, actually upskilling our staff around technology more generally. Technology for disabled people is a game changer.
Yeah.
It can make a huge amount of difference. You know, the stuff that Microsoft does that's in the mainstream now, but also elsewhere and more specialist tech. Actually getting people more comfortable with that actually has a far bigger impact than just what we do with Dynamics, I think. I don't know if you want to add to that, John.
I think that currency of time is the important thing, because every second you're doing something that's no value add, it's time you could be spending with people, whether that be our people or our service users, anybody. It's really, really important. So all of the activity that we're doing is about making sure we're using our time effectively.
Okay, well, it's great to hear this work, and thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for joining us on the sofa.
Lovely.
And enjoy the rest of Future Decoded.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.